We are renovating a room in our house that was pretty much just being used to stockpile construction material into a guest room. We're hoping that we can turn this into this. Now let's get started. The first thing we had to start off with was the floors. Inside of this room, there was a beautiful natural wood flooring. But the problem is that our dogs, if they were to have an accident, it would just stain the wood. And over time, the wood could get more damaged, and it also required more maintenance. So what we wanted to do was to actually add vinyl flooring. I chose Nucore Vinyl Flooring from Floor and Decor, and specifically, we loved this color. Loved it so much, we're probably going to end up using it for the rest of the house. Now, one of the things that I also love about this floor is that it's durable. We've got 3 dogs, one of which is practically a mini horse. So we need to make sure that it's got a good resistance layer, or a scratch layer, or a wear layer, however you want to call it. It's really a dog layer for us. And we also have to make sure that it's waterproof. Vinyl is a very naturally waterproof material, which then helps us a lot with sealing everything up and keeping it clean for the dogs. Now, once the floor was in, we needed to frame up the closet because we're also adding new closet doors. We really wanted to take advantage of the large space for the closet and add bifold doors. That allows you to really open it up all the way to the edge and see much more of the closet all at one time. All of this work left a lot of imperfections all over the walls. We covered up holes, we taped up cracks, and so at the end of the day, we also knew that this room needed paint. We needed to paint this room so that we can really have a great base to work with when we start focusing on the design. Now comes the paint prep. We taped down every single accent, we taped down every single window, because ideally for us, we don't want to get the color of paint that we wanted on the accents. We don't want to get it on the trim. We want to keep those white. We want to keep those almost as if there was a separation between the two to draw attention to it. Now we had to think about color. We already had a vision in mind for what we wanted the room to feel like. We wanted it to feel relaxing. We wanted it to feel casual. And so we knew that we wanted to go for a lighter color because that was going to be the color scheme that we were going with. But we also wanted to make sure that even though we went with a lighter color, it was a warmer color. So we chose something of in the white family, but with a tinge of warm yellow. Here is my mistake. I built a king-size bed frame in the room while we were doing work in it, thinking that, oh, it'll be better than building it outside of the room and then moving it into the room because we have tiny hallways. This is a problem because now we've got to tape up the bed frame in order to protect it from the paint splatter. Now, you're probably thinking, Brian, why didn't you just paint it first, let the paint go wherever the heck you wanted it to on the floor, and then put the new floor on top of it? Well, the problem is that the type of floor that we're using, the vinyl floor, does have underlayment and it has a cork bottom. This creates a problem with just painting on it because paint is still a solid material and it dries in chunks. So if we were to just go ahead and go ham and paint the room and not care about what lands on the floor, then we'd have these little chunks of like dried up paint that could scratch up the underlayment or that could scratch up the bottom of the actual flooring, and the flooring itself just won't last as long. Is the suit overkill? Yes. But I really did not want to spend hours in the shower picking out paint freckles from my arms and legs and back, and who knows where I'd have to pull it out from that I wouldn't be able to see, especially since we're using a roller. Taping the edges helped a lot because it made it so that we didn't have to be as careful when we got close to the edges. If a little bit paint got over it, that's fine because it got onto the tape, which we were going to peel off after anyway. Now that all of the paint was done, all we had to do was peel the tape. It felt like unwrapping presents at Christmas time. Once the paint dried, we started focusing on design. We shopped at Amazon, we shopped at HomeGoods, we shopped at Ross, we shopped at IKEA in order to kind of build this aesthetic that felt relaxing and casual, but at the same time very close to an earthy feel. I do think that we could still be missing more and may need to add more throughout time, but as of right now, this is what it looks like. And I think it gets the job done on what we wanted the room to feel like. And now, well, we're on to the next project. And for me, I'd say the next project is going to be this closet. I want to build a closet system so that we aren't just looking at a giant empty room. We can have a place to store shirts, pants, shoes, dresses. We want this closet to be able to work well and hopefully look as good as this room. So until then, if you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to see the next videos coming up, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything else that we're working on. And well, until then, live your life, love it, and good luck.